Hello and welcome to the second Ask Drew, where I will go through people's problems they've sent to me by email and then give my advice on how they could do it. But what will also work well is if you can also give your opinions or advice on how they could solve their problems in the comments below, so then it's a little community thing that's going on. So the first question is from someone called Donnie, and he says, or she says, I assume it's a he though. Hi Drew, my name's Donnie and I need your help. So I'm gay and I recently graduated high school. Freshman year was fine, but for the last 3 years I've been bullied because people thought I was gay. I never told anybody, but people just assumed, and it's not like I'm flamboyant or anything. Anyway, it got so bad that I almost committed suicide. I don't have many friends and I didn't want to tell them because I was afraid that they would turn on me too. Now, the biggest problem is trying to tell my parents, but here's the issue. My family are religious and they don't like gay people, so if I tell them they might disown me or something. That's also an issue because if I do get a boyfriend eventually, he'll want to meet them. You're the one I can talk to right now, what should I do? Thanks. Okay, so for Donnie then, as I said in the last video, with coming out, just come out, it's easier. If you bring into religion into the family question, then it's a bit different. Personally, I wouldn't even see that as an obstacle, religion or not. I would still tell them if they wanted to disown me, they could carry on, because obviously then they're a bunch of pricks anyway. So that wouldn't alter my thing, but it depends on your situation, because I don't really understand American schools and stuff, so I don't know what like high school or freshman year and all that stuff means. But so if you're over 18 and you can get yourself a job or wherever and get some money together and support your own life by yourself, then I'd recommend then that you would have a backup plan for that, just to leave if you had to, and then you could just tell them if it went shit, you could just go. If it went fine, then no big deal. That's what I would do. I mean, it's really hard because obviously religious people, it depends how well you know your parents. Because I mean, parents should love you regardless of whether you're gay or anything. So just for the fact that they're religious shouldn't mean that they're going to be crazy, unless they Westboro Baptist Church, and then everyone's got problems. But otherwise, I would just tell them, sit them down, don't make a big drama about it, just sit down and tell them. Or pick one parent in particular that you know might side with you. So if you know like your mother would side with you, then tell your mother first, and then when it comes around to telling your father or your brothers or whatever, then at least she's there to back you up, you know? Be a bit crafty with it. So that's what I would do. And also, to address the issue you mentioned about bullying in your high school or college or wherever it was, with bullying you'll get that anyway if you're young and in some kind of academic place until you get to university, and I suppose college. And to deal with bullying particularly, I would just, I mean, it's easy to say ignore it or whatever, and like when people say, oh, just tell someone. And yeah, if you could tell someone, then that'd be handy, but it's not going to really do much for you. So you could either try and be brave and just accept yourself and just live your life. If like you're going to get people that are dicks to you throughout your life anyway, regardless at some point, particularly if you put yourself out there. So if you, like you said you was being bullied, I don't think you said you are being bullied now. So I mean, if you are being bullied now, then you can either try and like be all strong and stand up to them, or you can just ignore them and they will subside over time. Or you could just accept yourself, and then they know whatever they say to you won't actually affect you because you're stronger than that, because you've already accepted yourself and you know who you are, and there's no reason to need to hide it or anything. And yeah, I mean, it's just right, Saf. She's a bully. You just gotta stand up to her. God, bullying stuff is so good to do because it totally depends on the person. So if you're a strong person, accept who you are, and then whatever they say to you won't matter. And if they like try hitting you or anything, then just kick them in the face, or just then you'd have to like report them to the police or the teacher or your friends or some shit. And if it's just like online bullying or anything, then that's easy enough to ignore anyway. because that exists on Facebook quite a lot now in schools, particularly in America, because a lot of people are twats. And if you were bullied and you're not being bullied anymore, then there's no real problem to address at all. So yeah, how would you help out Donnie? Let him know in the comments below. Write his name and then say what you would advise. The second question is from someone who wants to be anonymous, so I have called him Squidward. Hi Drew, you'll know my name, but please keep me anonymous in your video. I'm still not out and planning to stay in the closet for a long time, but I need advice because it's too hard and there is no one to talk to about it. I've never spoke to anyone about this before, but I think I've come to a point where I need to. I'm miserable most of the time and I've been acting straight since I realised I was gay. Being gay and Muslim is fucking hard. I'm hating life and not being able to be the person who I am is harder. I know if I do come out, my life will be in danger, but do you think I still should? I know all my family will disown me instantly. It's why I'm more frustrated because I have no financial support. Literally feel like shit every day of the week. Don't think I could cope anymore. I don't know if you'll have advice for this one, but I thought I'll contact you because I've been watching your videos for a long time now. Cheers. Something else. Please remember not to mention my name. So for Squidward, being a Muslim is a little bit different than my last one because it depends on where you live. Like if you live in the Middle East or something, then understandably don't come out because you probably get stoned to death. But if you're in America or the UK or something like that and you're a Muslim, then coming out is a bit easier because then like they're not going to be able to kill you or anything. So if you're in the UK, if you're in a non-backwards thinking country, then no offense, then get yourself a job or something, get yourself some backup, like I said to the last one, and then if you're literally scared for your life, as you said, then you know obviously you need to get the fuck out of there somehow. So wherever you are, get yourself a backup going. I like for you especially, I wouldn't even bother coming out if you're that scared because like if someone's gonna stab you in the face for it, then you know it's not worth telling them. So just keep it to yourself and get some kind of financial support behind you and just leave. It's probably the best way, because if you tell them, it sounds like they will disown you regardless. Doesn't matter if any of them are nice or not, so I would do that. It's a really tricky one though, because it's like, it depends entirely on where you live, because if you lived in, say, Afghanistan, then you couldn't really even just flee or anything, because it doesn't matter where you are, someone's going to hate you for being gay quite a bit. But if it was America or the UK or Australia or something, then you could just set yourself up a new life somewhere else and you'd be fine. So I don't know, it depends where you live. But for both people though, for Donnie and Squidward, these like suicidal thoughts and stuff are totally not worth it whatsoever. I mean, fair enough, I can understand and all that kind of thing, but killing yourself isn't going to solve anything at all. You know, you can't really do much if you're dead. So I'd get that thought out of your head straight away. Maybe even just find a friend or someone, even if it's just online, that you can talk to about it. Because I know for a lot of things with depression, I mean, you have to keep things to yourself. Just being able to speak to someone is what you really need to do. So just find someone online, talk to them. And then maybe even they will be able to help you out somehow. You know? That's what I'd advise. So, yeah, for both of you. Well, for Donnie, I'd advise coming out. And for Squidward, I'd recommend getting a backup plan so you can get away from your family, because it sounds like you'd be better off without them anyway if they're that bad, you know. So, to my audience then, how would you advise Donnie and Squidward with their problems? Let them know in the comments below, and obviously I'm not a professional and any expert on any help or anything, so like my advice is just quite biased. I'm trying to be as like neutral as I can to get from both sides. And yeah, if you have any other problems and you want me to give advice to you, then send your things to drewt1189@gmail.com, links in the description, and outline the problem, and then maybe I'll be able to give you advice next time. Hopefully though there's not so many coming out ones, because that's what I'm getting so far. I mean, it's nice to help out and stuff, but then eventually I'm just going to be like, there's going to be no advice left because I've already said it about 5 times. So thank you for all of your sending me the problems by email, because it's nice to be able to help out if I can. And I will see you the next Ask Drew sometime soon. I'll see you next vlog sometime soon. I'll see you the Drew's Q's on Tuesday, as always. And yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.